Look around. This is one of the biggest branding machines on the planet. Everywhere you look here, you see the power of branding. These brands aren't selling products. They're selling identity. They're selling how they want you to feel. They're selling who you could become. And here's what most solo entrepreneurs never realize. You're doing the same thing, whether you know it or not. People aren't buying your coaching, your consulting, your design, your art, or your freelancing. They're buying the transformation that comes with it. They're buying the feeling you give them. They're buying what working with you allows them to become. But if your brand doesn't communicate that clearly, they'll never feel it. They'll scroll right past you, even if you're the perfect fit. That's the real problem most solo entrepreneurs face. Not talent, not expertise, not experience. It's positioning, it's clarity, it's brand perception, and fixing that changes everything. My name is Tom Bauman, brand and marketing consultant, art director, and visual communication specialist. For over 30 years, I've helped brands grow, from established mid-sized companies to solo service providers, coaches, consultants, designers, artists, and freelancers. And over time, I realized something important. It's the solo entrepreneurs and service providers who need the most guidance when it comes to branding. You're amazing at what you do, but building a clear, confident, and consistent brand can feel overwhelming when you're doing it all on your own. I've seen it again and again, people with real talent and real expertise, but a brand that doesn't communicate it. The message is fuzzy, the visuals feel generic, and the right clients simply don't connect. That's why I created the 7-Day Branding Shortcut, a simple, practical, step-by-step system that helps you clarify your message, position your brand, and turn what you know into a business that actually books premium clients. All in 1 week. No expensive agency, no design skills needed, no overthinking. Here's what you'll do inside. On day 1, you'll define your brand vision, and so everything you create starts feeling meaningful. On day 2, you'll get crystal clear about your ideal client, who they are, what they struggle with, and what they really want. Day 3 is all about positioning, answering the golden question, why you and not someone else. Day 4, you'll choose your brand personality, so your brand finally feels like you. On day 5, we'll make your visual direction simple and professional, with colors, fonts, and images that fit. Day 6 is about brand messaging, creating a tagline and key phrases people actually remember. And on day 7, you'll pull it all together into your 1-page brand board, your roadmap for everything you create from now on. This exact shortcut has helped hundreds of entrepreneurs find clarity, confidence, and traction fast. But more importantly, it helps them finally feel like the expert they already are. Because here's the truth most solo entrepreneurs don't hear enough. You don't need to be more talented. You don't need another certification. You don't need to work harder. You need a brand that actually reflects your value. And when that clicks into place, everything else gets easier. Clients understand you faster. Your content lands stronger. Your offers make more sense. And people start seeing you as the obvious choice, not just another option. I've seen this happen across all kinds of solo entrepreneurs. Take Anna, a health coach who helps women reduce inflammation naturally. Before, her content was helpful, but her brand was all over the place. People followed her, but they didn't hire her because they couldn't clearly see what she stood for or what outcome she delivered. After using the 7-day shortcut, her message finally clicked into place. Her brand felt focused, her offer became clear, and suddenly prospects began saying, "It feels like you're talking directly to me." Within a month, she doubled her paid consultations and filled her first group program. Same knowledge, same coaching, just a message that actually landed. Then there's Michael, an interim manager brought into companies to fix broken processes and leadership gaps. His expertise was strong, but his brand looked like every other consultant, vague, generic, and forgettable. Executives couldn't see his unique value. After refining his positioning inside the shortcut, especially the "why you, not someone else" work, he reintroduced himself with a sharper, clearer message. He landed a long-term contract at the highest rate of his career. Same ability, completely different perception. Evo, an independent cameraman for documentaries, had another challenge. His footage was cinematic and deeply personal, but none of that came across in his branding. Producers didn't fully understand his niche, his storytelling strengths, or what made him different from any other cameraman with a good reel. After going through the shortcut, he defined a clear narrative around his documentary style, sharpened his visual identity, and finally had the language to express the emotional depth of his work. Within weeks, he booked 2 new documentary projects and was approached by a production company for an ongoing collaboration. And Peter, a translator specializing in Dutch to French technical and corporate communication, struggled with visibility. His expertise was strong, but his brand looked old-fashioned and blended in with every other translator offering fast and reliable service. After implementing the shortcut, he clarified his niche, refined his brand voice, and positioned himself as the translator for Dutch companies expanding into French-speaking markets. He raised his rates, attracted larger corporate clients, and began receiving referrals from agencies that previously overlooked him. Frank, a business photographer who captures technical developments, people at work, and industrial machinery, always with a human touch and dynamic cinematic angles, faced a different issue. His work was powerful, but his brand didn't express the sophistication or emotion inside his images. Clients saw industrial photography, but not the deeper storytelling and energy he brought to every assignment. After using the shortcut to define his brand narrative and visual style, everything clicked. He attracted higher budget clients, landed recurring assignments with tech companies, and finally became known for the dynamic, human-centered industrial imagery that makes his work stand out. And then there's Michelle, a fashion designer selling her collection to major department stores in Germany. Her designs were strong, but her brand identity didn't fully express her signature style or the premium positioning she was aiming for. After going through the shortcut, she developed a cohesive brand narrative, refined her visual direction, and aligned her messaging with the markets she wanted to reach. This led to stronger buyer presentations, increased wholesale orders, and a new collaboration with a German retailer that previously said, "It's not the right fit." And finally, Leah, a ceramic artist who designs pottery for the blind. Her mission was powerful, but her message wasn't. People liked her work, but didn't grasp the deeper purpose behind it. After applying the 7-day shortcut, she tripled her email list, got featured in a design blog, and landed a nonprofit client that now orders in bulk. Same talent, same art, just a clearer, more magnetic brand. And they are not unique. I've seen coaches go from 0 sales to fully booked within weeks. Consultants finally raise their prices with confidence. Designers attract clients who respect their value instead of pushing for discounts. Freelancers reposition themselves and become specialists people seek out, instead of generalists who chase work. If this is what it did for them, imagine what it can do for you. These examples all prove one thing. They didn't change who they were. They changed how their brand communicated their value. That's what this shortcut does for you. It gives you a framework you can use forever, a foundation that makes every decision faster, a brand identity that does the heavy lifting for you, even when you're not online. And here's the best part. For just $27, you'll get the full 7-day branding shortcut ebook, a bonus chapter with the 7 biggest branding mistakes to avoid, real-world examples and exercises you can follow step by step, simple tools and templates you can apply immediately, no design software needed, and a clear brand board at the end that becomes the blueprint for your business. You'll get instant access right after checkout, and yes, there's a 14-day money-back guarantee. If you feel even 1% unsure, try it. If it doesn't create clarity, momentum, and confidence in how you show up online, send me a message and you'll get a full refund. No questions, no risk. Because here's something I've learned after 3 decades of building brands. Most solo entrepreneurs don't fail because they're not good enough. They fail because their brand never gets a chance to show how good they really are. For less than the price of a takeout dinner, you can finally walk away with a brand that feels authentic, attracts the right people, positions you as the expert, and gives your business the identity it deserves. So if you've been spinning your wheels, guessing at your brand, or blending into the noise, stop waiting. Every day you delay is another day your dream clients scroll right past you. Not because they don't want what you offer, but because they don't understand what you offer. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to post more. You just need clarity. Click below to grab the 7-day branding shortcut today, and let's make your brand unforgettable. Go from 0 sales to fully booked within weeks. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to post more. You just need clarity. Click below to grab the 7-day branding shortcut today, and let's make your brand unforgettable. Go from 0 sales to fully booked.
Remember the days we were young.
Click below to grab the 7-day branding shortcut today, and let's make your brand unforgettable.
We used to dance the night away, hang out the whole next day, laughing, having fun.
Let's make your brand unforgettable.
Hi, it's Anna here. I was posting a lot of helpful content, but people still didn't understand what I actually offered. My message felt scattered. After working through the shortcut, everything clicked. My brand became clear, my story made sense, and clients finally connected with my work. Within a month, I doubled my consultations and filled my first group program. This clarity changed everything for me, so thank you.
I always believed I explained my value clearly, but decision makers didn't seem to get it. My brand sounded fine to me, but it wasn't landing with clients. The 7-day branding shortcut showed me exactly where the gaps were. Once I refined my positioning, everything changed. I secured a long-term assignment at my highest rate yet, simply because people finally understood what I actually bring to the table. I'm grateful I found this shortcut. Thank you.
Hi, Ivo here. Wanted to do a quick reference from my holiday destination. As a documentary cameraman, I put my whole heart into the stories I capture. But my own brand didn't tell a story at all. The 7-day branding shortcut changed that. It helped me define my voice, my style, and the kind of work I want to be known for. And almost immediately, opportunities started coming my way. I booked new projects and even got approached by a production company for ongoing work.
Bonjour from my favorite city, Paris, a testimonial for the 7-day branding shortcut. As a technical translator, I've always focused on accuracy, but my brand didn't reflect the level of expertise I deliver. The shortcut helped me clarify my positioning and communicate my specialism with confidence. As a result, I attracted larger corporate clients and raised my rates without resistance. It's been a real turning point for my business. Thanks to the shortcut for giving me that clarity.
My work has always focused on capturing technical environments with a human touch, people at work, machinery in motion, and the stories behind innovation. But my brand didn't communicate that uniqueness. The branding shortcut helped me define my visual identity and clearly express what makes my photography different. Almost immediately, I attracted higher budget clients and more consistent industrial assignments. If you're a photographer or visual creator, you should definitely get the 7-day branding shortcut. Thank you for this awesome guide.
Before the 7-day branding shortcut, my collection sold well, but my brand didn't express the level of quality I was creating. After going through the process, everything aligned. My message, my visuals, my presentation. Buyers finally understood my signature style. I increased my wholesale orders and even secured a new partnership in Germany. This guide helped me show my work the way it deserves to be seen. You too should definitely get the 7-day branding shortcut if you want to grow your business like me.